Night workers are working around the clock, day after day, week after week, just to bring your foods, clothes, and medicine right to you. These shows are the painful reality in the modern technological world where time is of the essence, where Netflix is either airing crappy versions of old movies that for some reason people watch while drinking a hot cup of cocoa or binge eating McDonald's, where individuals like you and I, all the way to large multi corporations, an entire government depends on you just to function properly. Take the night guard. Given the erroneous task of repetitively patrolling Jeff Bezos' back garden, just people don't steal his drone lifted pizza boxes. Police, ambulances, and fire systems must fulfill this requirement in service of society, requiring everyone's safety, ensure health and well-being are preserved. But the toll on what in foremost is called shift work, or everyone knows as the night shift, brings horrible effects on the body. In this simple video, I will explain to you your internal biological clock, a brief summary of what causes the consequences of working the night shift on the biological clock. Then I will provide a simple protocol that might, well, alleviate the problems of working the night shift. A normal person, like you and is governed by a small bunch of cells that collectively called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which humbly resides at the interior of the hypothalamus. The role of this part of the hypothalamus is simply to regulate your sleep-wake cycle, be your internal biological clock, your circadian rhythm. Unfortunately, since the dawn of man, a person has a natural cadence of how about to go about the day. You wake up, join your fellow tribe members, go on a hunt for the boar. This is all synced with light being emitted from the environment. This allows you to catch the boar, bring it back to the tribe, and prepare to start eating it. Your circadian rhythm works with the tandem with your core body temperature, allowing you to catch the boar. That's when you're most alert and prepared for the hunt. This is a problem when you work in either emergency, healthcare, electrical and sewage, and finally transport and shipping. These occupations have 24-hour service regardless of any challenges that arise. Unfortunately, you delivering pizzas at 11 p.m. come with significant consequences. First is your health problem. These problems do get worse every 5 years after shift has started, potentially leading to increase in choleritis, gastroadenoitis, and other intestinal inflammation. This leads to cancer, metabolic things get worse. For all types of cardiovascular problems such as obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure, and blood and heart problems, you end up being fatter than you should be by simply doing shift or night shift. The issue continues further as there's psychological effects on the brain that take hold if they're not addressed properly, such as chronic fatigue, being tired all the time, increase in anxiety, and even increase in depression. This seems to get worse when your employer design a rota to shift between normal days and working weeks during night shift, as in alternative days, and a practice what I call hot swapping, which is the practice of trading normal day work with another colleague to do shift work. This could be detrimental if the other person doing the shift work is not prepared for it. The other thing when you're doing night shift is the cadence of how your day is meant to progress is messed up. Thus, increases the chances of lapses in concentration, which is which even when if a pizza is dangerous. One little nod of the head on your little Suzuki delivery scooter could be curtains. The immediate effects of working night shift, and that's then there could be the self medication or remedies or eating junk food because you don't have time to cook. Very commonly, drinking alcohol is used to dull the severe headaches and calm down anxiety and stress, just to pass it out unable to sleep. The video wouldn't be complete if I wouldn't tell you the possible remedies or solutions that could potentially get you from getting cancer or crashing the Suzuki scooter. Make sure your overall grand schedule is adhered to consistently or else you encounter a headache, literal headaches. So the main strategy is to keep note of your daily overall cadence and any decay in cognitive performance like focus, alertness, and speech. For example, this is where you keep a journal, where most likely to your benefit. You can adjust how you feel, record your thoughts and ruminations in and out of bed. when you feel most alert when you during the day. Then there's the concept of sleeping efficiency, which basically is a percentage of how long you spend in bed compared to how long you're actually sleeping. You can use a tracking app that tracks your sleeping efficiency and quality if you want to be extra considerate about your sleep. To prepare for first in bed, you must incorporate a ritual during anytime you do work shift. For example, a basic plot is 10 hours no caffeine, 3 hours no large meals, 2 hours little to no water, and finally 1 hour with no light of any kind. This would signal to your body you're about to go to sleep. You will create a psychological wind down sequence by building the association. Think about it. You build, start shutting down a computer. For example, you read a book, you brush your teeth, you lay on the bed for a specific position, you clear your airways, it allows you to be physically and psychologically relaxed. Then you incorporate breathing techniques like the 4-7-8 military method. Keep in mind, you should be relaxed. And it should involve scanning your body for any points of tension and slowly releasing it. To further help in the process, you should incorporate specific snacks like yogurt, carbs like banana and nuts that are high in magnesium, or even supplements like magnesium citrate. Even you could use melatonin. In addition, you can optimize your environment by selecting blackout curtains, blackout night eye shades, and ear canceling buds. The point is to reduce your stress and alertness, lowering the core body temperature and making it conducive for sleep. Then you on then on the work then on the day of the work the scheduled night shift, there's some simple behaviors you could try. One simple behavior is to sleep extra hours during until midday. Keep in mind you should be avoiding a phenomenon called sleep debt. It's basically when you eat into a prioritized sleep time of 7 to 8 hours by doing chores that necessarily don't think would have an effect on your sleep. It has an effect on your sleep. For example, helping out your mom shopping. Remember, you sleeping for 7 to 8 hours of undisturbed sleep. Then there's the important step that you must understand is something called sleep inertia, which is the lack of focus and alertness when you just wake and about to go to work. To relieve these symptoms by taking a nap 1 to 3 hours before your night shift in order to get the better alert during the shift. You know that feeling of sluggishness and having slow reaction time and brain fog. Yeah, that's sleep inertia, or waking up during the wrong side of the bed. When it comes to nutrition, avoid eating from midday night to 6 a.m. and have a normal daytime schedule of eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For example, 8 a.m. for breakfast, 12 p.m. for lunch, and 4 p.m. for dinner. Make sure you don't skip any meals. Make sure you drink at least 2 liters of water a day. Avoid alcohol for the most period of your night shift. Another way to improve this is simply asking your boss when you're likely to do the shift work, or asking your boss to avoid what is known as backwards rotation. For example, evening shifts to morning shift. That because it's easier for a person to adjust to what is called forward rotation from day shift to evening shift. First, you need to understand the importance of course. When doing the night shift, try incorporating what is known as rest breaks and planned naps. These are simple but effective tools that help with alertness and tiredness. For rest breaks, use the bathroom and do some light stretches. Then there's planned naps, which are usually just 30 minutes long napping sessions. You can incorporate something like non-sleep deep rest with the white background earbud noise or normal naps, just to improve your alertness. But if you have a packed schedule during the night, not knowing whether you have time for either of these, try applying ahead of time with the other guy, also doing the night shift. These rest times and the other could take up the slack while the other is resting. If you if your alertness starts to fade, go into a bright area. This will help you to stay alert. You can also use a technique called the focuser, which I would describe as the ability to mentally shift your energy towards your eyes in order to focus on something for a long period of time. It's a technique that the best athletes use to win games. It gets you in the zone, or what is called the flow state. Basically, drown out the noise and focus on the sequence of steps that you've been training for. Let's imagine you're a firefighter. There's a particular burning building about 50 meters away and that you just need to spray water into. A fire hose is a particularly competent thing to hold. But your thousands of hours of training, thousands of drills, thousands of hours of focusing, you're able to drown out the noise and focus your eyes on that small window and you're able to spray the burning window. Now,
You need to do that under any time, under any circumstance, all through the night, regardless of who you are. Remember, the type of intensity sometimes you need to warm out. Once you're done the night shift, shower and immediately go to bed. Avoid using your phone in between the time you're back from work. But that's the end of your shift. Hope you find this video useful. Please like, share, and subscribe.